Hi, I'm Terry Cobb. I'm the Registrar for Museum on Main Street, and we're here today in the Smithsonian's Office of Exhibit Central to show you how to install Hometown Teams. The first thing you'll need is a copy of our installation instructions. You'll find these in your local exhibitor notebook or on the Museum on Main Street website, museumonmainstreet.org. Use the exhibit floor plan to plan your space ahead of time. The introduction consists of 5 pylons that each stand alone. This is one here beside me. It consists of a base, a bottom cube, a middle cube, and a top cube. Each pylon is packed in its own crate. We'll start with the turf pylon in crate 1. You'll also need the base from crate 6. The crates have a simple latch system. Give them a half a turn, and then have someone help you lift the lid. Remove the turf base from crate 6 and set it into place. Then flip the latches into the open position. Make sure you always have 2 people when lifting items out of the crate. Start by lifting the fabric-covered cube out of the crate to get to the base cube, which is nested inside, and then carry it over into position. Line up the front labels on both the cube and the base. Next, take off the removable panel that's attached by magnets. Start the cube at a 45-degree angle and twist it into position. Secure the cube by closing the latches firmly. Listen for the snap. Remove the foam box that is nested in the middle cube and set it aside. Then lift out the middle cube. Make sure you have 2 people. And set it upside down on a clean surface. Before we can place the middle cube onto the bottom cube, we need to first flip open the latches. Next, take off the removable panel and set it aside. Flip the whole cube right side up and carry it into position, making sure to line up the fronts on both cubes. Again, start at a 45-degree angle, twist it into position, and make sure it's well seated. And then reach under and snap the latches closed. For the top cube, make sure the latches are in the open position. Set it into place, lining up the fronts. Again, twist it at a 45-degree angle. And then finish by snapping the latches closed. The last step is to replace the removable panels. Now we're ready for the water pylon, which is packed in crate 2. First, we'll need the base from crate 6. You need to make sure that it is 40 inches away from the edge of the turf pylon so that you have room for the header that will stretch between the 2. Following the same steps as the turf pylon, we'll now put together the water pylon and then all of the rest. Before you put the top cube on the water kiosk, you need to insert the Section 1 audio box, which is packed in crate 19, tray B. Line it up so that the on-off switch matches the on-off switch label on the inside of the cube. Then you can put the whole thing on. The introduction has a header that stretches between the turf and the water pylons. It uses the same types of clamps used in the pylons. Standing on a step ladder, set the hometown team's header on the interior sides of the top cubes. These three pieces, the two pylons and the header, form the introduction of the exhibition. You can adjust the spacing for a header by gently moving one pylon. We're now ready to set up Section 2, More Than a Game. Sections 2, 4, and 6 use a different panel system from the rest of the show. For Section 2, you'll need crates 7 and 8. You'll also need access to some objects in crates 17 and 18. All the panels in this section are packed in slots that are individually numbered along the sides of the crate. There's also a connector tray that is packed with this section in crate 8. It includes all the connectors you need for this section, as well as a screwdriver to attach the cases. There are three different types of connectors that you'll need for this section. These are feet that have levelers so that if your floor is uneven, like most floors, you can adjust it. The middle connectors have prongs that go both up and down. These can go any direction, it does not matter. And the top connectors have prongs that just go down, and these hold the top panels together. You can find out when to use each connector in your installation instructions. There are pictures of each connector at each intersection of panels. The first panels that you need are panels 2.1 bottom and 2.2 bottom. Each panel is labeled at the top. It's stamped right into the surface of the panel, 2.1 bottom. The 2 in this case means Section 2, 1 means panel 1, bottom means it's a bottom panel. There's also a 2.1 top that will go on top of this panel. Next we need 2.5 bottom. We recommend that you have 5 or 6 people for your installation. One person in charge of reading all the instructions, one person that will get connectors and other small parts, and the rest to unpack the panels and hold them in position until they are secure. Section 2 has some very large and heavy panels. Make sure your team is prepared. Once you have the bottom up, you'll need to temporarily leave a gap between panels 2.3 bottom and 2.4 bottom so that you can get in to insert this case from the back. The cases are packed in crate 17 and 18, tray A in both crates, and the screws are packed in crate 17, tray A. Insert the case from the back and make sure you have somebody on the front to hold the case in place until you can get it screwed in. Now the bottom panels are complete. This is the last chance we have to move the section. Now we're ready to build up. Let's start with panels 2.1 top and 2.5 top. Don't let go of any panels until the top connectors are in place. You'll notice that there are a few instances where objects are missing. These will go on at the very end as we unpack the object crates. Sections 3 and 4 are banner system. Components for Section 3 are packed in crate 17 and with the bleachers. There are 2 boxes packed on the bleachers. These contain all the long pieces of Sections 3 and 4. We'll lift them off of the bleachers. Make sure you have 2 people. These are heavy. We can now roll the bleachers out of the way. All of the small parts for Section 3 are packed in crate 17. We'll start with the large banner base and the small banner base packed in trays B and C. Next we need the long vertical posts and the long banner bars from box 2. Set them on a flat surface or table. The vertical posts for Sections 3 and 4 are made up of one long piece packed with the bleachers and a shorter column packed with in crate 17. You'll notice that the shorter columns have a little marker. This is for lining up the banners and the banner bars. Fit the 2 pieces together before you add the base. All the tools for Sections 3 and 4 are packed in a bag in crate 17, tray E. Once you've got your posts attached, now we will attach the base. From the tool bag you will need 1 bolt, a washer, and the large Allen wrench. Make sure that the notch for the banner is facing straight up and attach the base to the bottom of the post. The left side of Section 3 has a much larger base. There are 2 shelves that attach to this, as well as legs to hold up the shelves. When you're attaching the shelf legs, make sure that the notch faces towards the center post so that you can attach the shelves later on. Both of the shelves for Section 3 are packed in crate 17, tray F. You'll notice that there is a bar permanently attached to the bottom of them. They have cam locks that attach them to the posts and the shelf legs. This is the same method that all of the rest of the pieces in these systems are attached with. You'll need the smaller Allen wrench to attach these. Unpack the Section 3 large banner from box 1 and remove the tube. Feed the banner onto the top banner bar. Make sure you have lots of help so it doesn't snag the banner. With 1 person at each end of the banner, set the banner bar on the small marker. This ensures that the banners will be level. Using the small Allen wrench, tighten the lock into the vertical post. Once both sides of the top are attached, repeat the process for the bottom. Stretch the banner taut as you lock the bottom. Repeat the process for the left and right side banners. The audio box for section 3 is packed in crate 18, tray E. The screws to attach it are packed right next to it. Set it on the shelf, line up the holes, and have someone help you screw it in from below. The audio box works by pushing the button. You can also adjust the volume with the arrows. On the inside of the audio box, there are 8 D-cell batteries. These are replaceable if they run out. You can also adjust the volume from the inside if it gets too low or too loud for you. The key for this is packed in crate 19 with the iPad key. Section 4 is made up of 3 different parts. The first part is a set of real bleachers. The middle is another banner system, just like section 3. And then there is a panel system behind that, just like section 2. We're going to start with the bleachers. They travel vertically on a wooden base wrapped in blankets. We've already taken the blanket off, and we've already taken the 2 boxes off that contain the banner systems. To install this, you need to make sure that the casters are all locked before laying it down. And then it's very easy to lay the whole structure down and unhook the base from it. The wooden base with wheels is attached with clamps to the back side of the bleachers. To unclamp it, reach through, grab the orange handles, and flip them up. The seat cushions are attached to the bleachers with Velcro during shipping. Unhook the Velcro from around the handle of the seat cushion and attach it back underneath the seat. All the panels for the back side of section 4 are packed in crate 9. The panels will be set up to the left side of the large marching band image on the back of the banner. Set the shelf into place and adjust the angles of the panels as necessary. 2 of the objects need to be installed before the top panels go up: the cowbell and the smell interactive. Before we put up the acrylic panel, we'll add the objects to the shelf. These are packed in crates 18 and 20. Refer to the photograph in the installation instructions for placement. The cutout of the peanut vendor attaches to the right side of the banner system. It uses the same locking system that is used throughout the banner system in both sections 3 and 4. There are just 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. These are the peanut guy's legs, so we'll attach them first. The iPad Interactive is also part of Section 4. Be sure to lock the faceplate to the stand using the key packed in Crate 19 Tray D. It is very important to make sure that the iPad stays charged. Please remember to plug it in overnight. Packed with the iPad and the faceplate is an orange mag key. Keep this one in the crate so that you can pack it back up when you're ready to send it off. This turns the iPad on and off. There's another one attached to the key ring that you can keep with you while you have the exhibition. Section 5 consists of a set of lockers, a trophy case, a ball cart, and a bench. The lockers and the trophy cases are all attached together. And we start with the locker base, which is here on the floor. We're going to add the trophy case base first. It's packed in Crate 14. Once you have the trophy case base in place, you have to reach into the inside of it and turn the knob a quarter turn to lock it into place. That way it can't be lifted off. The lids on the locker crates, Crates 12 and 13, are very tall so that it's easy to get the lockers out of the bases. Make sure you have someone on each side and lift straight up to get them out. The lockers are numbered 1 through 6 and they go on in that order. Make sure as you're putting them onto the base that you line up the Z-clips on the back of the locker with the Z-clip on the trophy case base. Then you can lift them into place. The locker key is packed in Crate 13 with the rest of the connectors that you'll need for this section. Once you have a locker in place, go ahead and open the door. You'll now have to lock this locker down to the base by turning the knob a quarter turn. Now that the lockers are complete, we come around to the back side and complete the trophy case. You have to put them together in this order because of the way the Z-clips are attached. We've already got the base. We'll now add the trophy case bottom. These are heavy, so make sure you have 2 people to lift them out of the crates. Next, we'll add the middle and top parts of the trophy case. As you're placing them, make sure that you catch the back of the Z-clip to the back of the locker. The last part of Section 5 are the panels that go on the back side of the lockers. These are panels 5.1 and 5.2, top and bottom. Unlike in previous sections, these attach with Z-clips right directly onto the back of the lockers. On the side of Section 5, we'll install Flipbook number 1, Game Changers, from Crate 20 Tray D onto panel 5.2 bottom. Then we'll finish with panel 5.2 top. Crate 11 contains the ball cart. First, lock the casters, fold down the ramp, and roll the ball cart out. Locate the cart near a power source for the television. Section 6 is a panel system, just like Sections 2 and the back side of Section 4. There are a few differences in this section. It comes to a point, and it's very important that you get this angle on the very front between panels 6.2 and 6.3 bottom flat, so that when you put the pennant on the very top, it lines up correctly. The other major difference is that There is a large middle connector that holds all the panels together, 6.1 through 6.4 bottom. Next, we'll add all the top panels for section 6. We'll leave off panel 6.2 for now. Now attach the power cord to the back of 6.3 top and feed the cord through the hole. Hang the yearbook case on 6.2 bottom and adjust the spacing side to side. Then you can place 6.2 top. All of the top connectors for section 6 are individual to the panels they connect because of the angles. Make sure you match up the numbers on the connector with the panel numbers. Across the top of section 6 is a pennant that says Go Team. You'll put the narrow end on first, down over panels 6.2 and 6.3, and then you'll have to have 2 to 3 people standing on stools to put the wide end. It gets a little tall. There are 3 televisions in Hometown Teams, 2 that you have to hang, the third is mounted to the section 5 ball cart. They all mount the same way. You'll have to plug in the cord on the back to the cord you left hanging in the panel. Feed it back through, and then hang the television on the wall. Be sure not to let go until you're sure it's attached. Section 7 is a pylon, just like the introduction. It's just twice as wide, so a little bit bigger, a little bit more awkward, but a little bit better as well. Make sure that you feed an extension cord through the base and the bottom panel as you set it up, so that you can plug in the section 7 television. You need to do this at the beginning, or else you will not be able to get it through at the end. Once you have that, you can attach the section 7 power cord. Feed it through the hole for the television. Plug it into your extension cord. And now we can add the top level. There is a bar at the bottom of the middle removable panel for added support. Start by resting the bar on the bottom of the frame and then secure the Velcro and magnets. All that's left is to unpack and install the rest of the objects and pop-off panels. Please save all packing material and store the empty crates in a clean, dry room. They can be stacked for storage. All panels can be cleaned with a damp cloth. The acrylic cases can only be cleaned with a product that says safe for plastics. Thank you for joining us for the installation of Hometown Teams. We hope you have a great time with the exhibition. Go Team!